This series is recommended for adult viewers only. Violence, harsh language, and themes of Shadowrun can be found inside. All right. Welcome to another medium energy, low impact episode introduction for Shadowrun 4E, Ides of March, episode 4. This could be the arc ender, but I don't know because we don't use our time wisely on this show. I am Arthur Perkins. I am also APGamingREAL. I'm playing Decay. We are going for our shadow facts this time. No, not the Lord of Horses, but the facts about our Shadowrunners that are true. There's no special question. Everyone is expected to make up their own fact about their character. Now, we're not going to do this every week because I may have targeted questions. But this week, the secret fact about Decay that people don't already know is that he, while being a new Shadowrunner, is not technically new to meeting up with fixers, right? Because he served as a sort of gang enforcer, assassin, sort of street murder for hire for a very long time, like 15, 20 years. And the thing is that he normally kills both his clients and his fixers quite regularly. You might think that's unusual, but you need to understand that at the lower levels of crime, sometimes people will ask you to do a job and then not pay you. And Decay's response to that is not to form an enemy for life or leave an unresolved problem behind him. It's to immediately fix the situation with extreme, uncompromising violence. Sometimes fixers will sell out your position or screw you over on something. And the thing is that he's doing a credit to society by eliminating fixers who are not good for the business. And in fact, this behavior is what earned him his promotion to becoming a full Shadowrunner, was eliminating corrupt fixers until finally someone was like, we got to do something about this guy. Killing him has not worked. What if we treat him like an equal and pay him what we owe him? Oh, that worked? Okay then. That's Decay's shadow fact, is that he doesn't have an enemies list because he doesn't leave enemies alive behind him.
Okay, Diana of the Mascara.
Yeah, okay. I was actually going more for Thorfinn's, I have no enemies, sort of Sigma male, Gen Z, Zen opening of the mind, but
Sure,
with
sure,
10
sure.
times more violence.
Yeah.
Dunamis, also known as Cipher, what's your shadow fact?
Okay, well, Decay eliminates his problems by literally eliminating the problem. Cipher tends to run the fuck away and delete traces of his evidence, and so his fact is when he was younger and he realized he was a technomancer, he didn't quite realize that was a bad thing, and society was scared of technomancers, and so he went into his very first interview with oh damn, what's the corporal called? Renaku or something like that.
Ren Raku.
Renraku.
Yeah, that one. He went into an interview to be a spider for them, and he thought it would be impressive if he showed them that he could hack into the system without using a data jack. But he noticed when the smile on the interviewer's face disappeared, and he called security that something was wrong. And so he set off the fire alarm, deleted evidence of his being there in all the footage, and booked it out the door. And since then has been claiming he's just a hacker and is scared to tell anyone that he's a technomancer because of what the big corpos think of him as an asset, as the interviewer called him repeatedly.
Well, I have pretty good news for you is that they still refer to you as an asset now that you're a Shadowrunner, and they're just as likely to kill you when they're done with you.
Well, this will lead to a very confusing discussion later when people keep calling me an asset.
There's a deniable in front of the asset now that you're a Shadowrunner.
Fair.
Ludemann, it's time for some sniff facts.
Some
Shadow
Sniff
sniff
facts.
facts.
Sniff fact. How about let's see. When Sniff was younger, he originally wanted to be an architect, give people something beautiful to look up to. And now he just lives in the shadows that those things cast. And that's Sniff's fact.
How incredibly noir. Like, I wanted to build skyscrapers.
Now I live
Now-
in their alleys.
Yes. Blitz has a phobia of realistic looking cyberware.
I knew that one already, so I don't accept this as a shadow fact. You told me it.
Okay. Well,
I know the audience
tell
didn't hear
everyone
it,
else
but you have to present a new fact for everybody.
Hmm.
You have to present a new fact for the whole class. I'm just saying you have to entertain me as well as the audience. All right. Spoon better be overclocking his brain for a fact about some NPC somewhere in the world.
Oh, I already got my fact.
Oh, he's got the fact?
Yeah.
Probably about that orc.
Loaded. Venom.
Venom, yeah.
Let's see. Shortly after Blitz's 6th birthday, she escaped the CZ in Chicago.
I don't know what the timeline. I don't know how old Blitz is. Does she match up with the insect shaman invasion?
Yes, that would be roughly about when she escaped the area.
Maybe that's why Blitz is always replacing her body parts with cyberwares, because she's actually an insectoid trying to hide among the rest of us normies. We should kill her just to be sure. All right, Spoon, what's your shadow fact?
A former mafia hitman turned Shadowrunner named Wildcard was exiled from New York after winning a poker game that he should not have won.
Interesting. Named Wildcard, huh?
He's the luckiest man on earth.
Is he?
He is.
It doesn't sound like it.
He's still alive. Yeah, exactly.
I feel like a luckier man just wouldn't get caught, but okay. So hold on. There's a there's a concept in superhero comics called power ceiling, where you show the world the most powerful superpower available. For instance, Superman is basically DC Comics version of that. And in My Hero Academia, it's like All Might. There's no one stronger than All Might. So let's be really clear here that Spoon has now set the power ceiling of luck in his universe at being you don't die when you commit fraud, I guess.
No. He's the luckiest man alive because he has an edge score of 8.
That's not really that high, honestly.
It's the maximum.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
just picturing that chick from Deadpool now. I'm lucky.
Domino?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm lucky.
Great power.
Like,
Now, you say that's the highest possible, but
It
I
is.
assume that there's some Shadowrun stat sheet for both Harlequin and every great dragon where they're like, we took extraordinary improved attribute 14 times. That's how I ended up being a 20th circle light mage, and also I'm initiated 14 times.
Yeah.
I have a magic score of like 30. Yeah.
I wield Excalibur.
I mean,
I've-
isn't it exclusively that he isn't wielding Excalibur? That he is the true owner
yes,
of
that is true.
Yes, he's the true owner of
Excalibur
the
is
sword. He
not,
just
yeah.
hasn't reclaimed it. Yeah.
He does have Richard the Lionheart's armor though.
Yes.
But yeah,
Okay.
that is the joke with Harlequin.
All right. So wild card is our maximum here
Yep.
at 8. Well, unfortunately, 8 edge still isn't enough to keep you from failing a roll because you can't re-roll a failed roll. So
Yeah. Well, you can edge all your failed, but if you edge beforehand and you have 8 dice, you add 8 dice to your pool and everything explodes.
okay, but I've played Blood Bowl before, so I know that each of those dice could still all be ones.
That's true. That's true. They could.
There's nothing stopping 16 dice from all being ones except for the standards and means.
I mean, it's extremely unlikely. Yes.
It's not impossible, though.
Skull into skull is very likely.
That's not how statistics works, but okay.
You should just watch on Tabletop Simulator. It's likely.
You know, different realm.
Somewhere out there, a statistical analyst watching this show is dying internally
Wow.
listening to part of this discussion.
Somewhere out there, the player of this former PC is going, hey, you remember that one time I one shot a Thunderbird?
Okay. Spoon, you're a bad influence. It's been a
Come on.
bad day for me being like, God, fuck Spoon, you know? Remember that one time he really screwed me over?
Because I'm good at paladins.
Because I'm good at paladin.
Listen,
Because I can roll a 20.
just roll crits,
Just roll
forehead.
Okay.
Love me, God. Love me, oath. Love me, crit.
Cool. We're like 15 minutes in. Let's
Yeah.
get started.
Yeah, let's do that. So when we last left off, you guys had murdered everyone in this warehouse except for one man who was currently running away from Blitz. And I
One
believe
who did successfully run away.
he's in progress. Blitz could still technically catch him.
Oh no, there was the low-level ganger who
Oh
took
yes,
off.
yeah.
in
He
fight.
did peace out. He
Same.
did peace out. That's right.
There's
Good
one
call.
witness, technically.
We had like a blood rage test, if I remember, that Blitz had to like, do I have
Yes.
this man down?
It's combat monster, not blood
Yeah,
rage.
we're going with
Jeez
blood rage.
Louise.
So yes, I will need a composure test from Blitz to see whether or not you can let this guy go if you even want to.
Okay,
I like blood rage test better.
I think Beach Boy Rage is funnier. 'Cause that's
Beach
really
Boy
what's going
Rage.
on.
Yeah, okay. Okay. You feel compelled to run this man down and shotgun him to death, despite the
That
fact
is
that your
great.
team is in your ear going, hey, we should probably get out of here.
Okay.
Whoa. That's not my recollection of the ending of the last episode. My recollection of the end. Well, let's be really clear here. My recollection of the last episode was me going, Cipher, to erase us from the network. Sniff, make sure nobody's coming around. Let's loot. This is Spoon trying to pretend like we're leaving rather than greyhawking because he doesn't want us to get a fat pile of cash.
This is Jimmy Hot Hand behavior.
Yeah, this is Jimmy Hop. But you know what, Blitz? Do whatever you want. Ignore Spoon.
You got
Kill
it,
this
dude.
man. Kill him.
All right. So we are going to start at the top of the turn order because I don't remember what turn or what pass it was. So we're just going to go like, we'll call it turn 4, pass 1, Cipher.
Pretty sure it's about to be my turn, but
Well, I have Cipher in the initiative order, so.
I'd like to hack this dude's comms to hear if he's radioing out what's happened to anyone else.
Sure, yeah.
And I guess that's more just like listening to his comms, which
Which I believe is a capture wireless data check. 6 successes, okay. So let me roll his firewall plus system for 1 success. Okay, so you are able to capture the outgoing traffic on his comlink. There is outgoing traffic. He's making some sort of radio call, but it is encrypted.
son of a bitch.
Yeah, so your next pass you will be able to do a decrypt to try and break the encryption.
Is there a way I can try to never mind, that was a complex action. I'm done.
Yep. All right. Blitz, you're up.
okay, so I imagine Blitz just got shot and kind of looks down at where she got shot. And the song playing on her earbuds changes to Fun, Fun, Fun by the Beach Boys.
So Run, Run, Run begins to play.
Fun, fun, fun.
Fun, fun, fun. Sorry. Fun, fun, fun begins to play.
Yeah.
And what does Blitz do?
She chased him.
Okay. All right. So are you going to run? Because if you walk, you can get to here. If you run, so that's 10, 12.
Yeah, I wanna get close enough that I can shoot him.
Okay. So you run underneath the steel support beams of the catwalk until you're about 6 meters away from this dude.
Okay. I'd like to aim and then fire.
Okay. So you're going to take a -2 penalty for running.
Okay. Does the aim cancel that out?
Aim cancels one of that out.
Okay. That's pretty good. That's
Yes, that is pretty good. 6
that's six
successes.
sixes.
So he's going to roll defense.
That was 6 bullets, by the way.
Okay. So that's 5 net successes. Narrow burst, I assume.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he definitely doesn't survive. So he's starting to round the corner around this steel shelving, and you just track your shotgun like up his legs and into his back, and he sprawls forward on the floor. Definitely dead.
What was the death noise from last time?
Yeah.
Bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum, bum.
Can't wait to de-encrypt a dead guy's signal.
Yeah. So with that, with the last enemy dying, so Cipher, you have that short little message that you captured before he died and the signal cut off.
Yeah, I guess I will. I'll try to decrypt that. Is it assumed I recorded that somewhere?
Yeah, you have like that, like 3 seconds of, and like you can store it on like a data chip. Otherwise, it will.
I'll put it on a data chip. I have a bunch of
okay.
those.
Now,
Okay.
for people who don't know how to use computers and have been in a coma since 1997, what you need to understand is that Cipher has captured the data in the buffer, and he's making a copy of it. Wow, this is exclusively a joke for people who watch procedural crime dramas in 2008, I guess. We'll just check the buffer.
We'll check the buffer.
Decay is coming through this door, this whatever you call the roll-up door, and it's like, Blitz, are you hit? Did you get shot?
Blitz turns the music off and kind of comes back to herself. She says, I got shot, but I'm all right.
Come over. Let me see it.
Okay.
Sniff
Hold
was
on.
I'm just shouting really loud. I'm like, Blitz got shot. Medic. Hey, listen, if someone gets shot in real life, you're not supposed to let them wander around. You're supposed to make sure that when they got shot, the bullet isn't inside them. This is pretty normal reaction to a teammate
smart.
getting shot. People are acting like, ooh, this is weird. No, it's not weird. Not doing this would be weird. All right. 5 successes on this roll, Cipher. What the heck? What's going on with that?
That was my de-encrypt attempt,
Oh, the
and
decrypt.
I resisted the fade.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's
let's
not a
see
lot of
here.
successes. I was expecting better.
I have
let's see here.
a shoddy hotspot connection.
Ah, I see. Yes.
There you go.
You know what they say, a good craftsman blames their tools.
Mhm.
Okay. So you are able to decrypt this short transmission. And then basically what it says, it's you hear a man's voice saying Decanus Alpha breaking contact, fleeing the scene. Bravo, Charlie are down. And then that's it.
Well, that's not helpful. Anyways, did someone say Blitz got shot? Oh my God, are we okay? Are we okay? Is anyone else
I'm
alive?
fine.
What's happening?
I'm fine. She's like
Sniff is warm.
uninvisibling herself, and now you can see her. She kind of holds up the satchel and says, I got it.
Like without
Anything there?
just rambling, forgetting like, he's got like, I don't know, equivalent of open comm, whatever Technomancer is. God, we wasted the stupid repair on Jackface McGee back here.
Cipher, are you actually wiping our traces from the local network, or are you indulging in
Get
swearing?
eyes on the area.
It's on my to-do list. But I have Bug. I think I named it Bug. Bug is watching. Bug's keeping surveillance.
Okay.
The light bending around Sniff, stops bending, and he becomes visible again, and is heading towards that room above the catwalk. While I do that, I will cast Detect Life, just to check, I suppose.
Sure.
And
What's your force?
I'll do a Force 3 on this one. I'm still a little tired. I have also dropped confusion, obviously, as well.
Wow, you know it'd be incredible. You drop confusion and you detect life on a dude who was playing dead, and he's like, "Surprise, motherfucker! I got you now."
Wouldn't be
That can
good.
be Samuel L. Jackson. Definitely.
So with 4 success, you detect there is no more life in this area other than your teammates.
Looks clear inside so far. And I'm heading over to Venom because he seemed like the leader to me, just to
Sure.
shake down
So you
that
come on
area.
over here into the office area.
Mhm.
You see there were so you see Venom's body along with I think one of the other operatives was in this area when they died. Venom has on a armored jacket in Mamba colors, black and green. And then go ahead and make me a perception test.
Visual?
Yes, go ahead and make it visual. 4 successes. On him, you find so the armored jacket, obviously. He's got an AK-97 slung across his chest. Um, you like do you like search him, or are you just doing like a visual pat down?
Yeah, I'll search.
Okay.
Check the whole thing.
Um, so he's got a Renraku Sensei comlink, um, and then a couple other various electronic peripherals, mostly just like day-to-day stuff, like AR gloves, like glasses with image link and stuff like that. Uh, and he has a cred stick on him as well.
Okay. Sniff would essentially list those things as he's going through. Just say them out loud, pull the cred stick out, look that, put it in his pocket for now. That's a small one. He can hang on to it.
Finders
Uh,
keepers.
Yeah, exactly. Looking around the room as well.
So you see on the table there is a set of electronics. There's an electronic toolkit out where it seemed like they were maybe trying to open this briefcase.
Mm.
And then over in uh, like this corner, over on this side of the room, there is a small crate with 3 cases on top.
Go check that out. Break open a case.
Um, so in the case, there is 50 little baggies with individual like pills in them.
Like he's cataloging a crime scene. Sniff is
Sure,
just
sure, sure. Yeah.
saying this.
I mean, you definitely recognize drugs when you see them.
Yeah.
As to what kind of drugs they are, who knows?
Wonder what this one is. I don't know. I'll just eat the whole bag.
Cipher's approach.
While this is happening, Decay has finished rolling up the door and then has marched over to Blitz and is doing an incredibly impersonal run through of gunshot procedures where he's just like, "Show me the wound," and then he's like checking her eyes to make sure that she's still focused and like, "Do you feel this?" And then like kick her in the foot just to make sure that, like, like grab her hand and be like, snap, 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 snap on like her hands, just like, "You feel that? You feel that? Good."
I feel like Blitz is just kind of humoring him.
I imagine there's a lot of like Reiki.
Yeah. Because I think you definitely like the only thing that you see is like marks on her armor, where like the finish has been like scuffed off by bullets.
And she seems
Yeah.
pretty pissed off about that.
I don't know about you guys, but in general, when someone takes an impact wound, it doesn't matter if it doesn't go through the body, you're still like you're being punched at
Mhm.
300 feet a second. So, sorry,
Yeah.
3,000 feet a second. So, yeah, it still hurts like shit. And you should
Mhm.
really be checking to make sure that people don't go into shock. DK just looks at Blitz humoring him and goes, "Oh, you think this is funny, do you?
No,
You know, shock is one of the number one killers of gunshot wounds. People don't die of the gunshot,
they die of the
the shock.
just shock.
Yeah. Once he's certain
I'm
she's
shocked to
okay,
hear that.
Okay. He just is not interested in any of that humor and begins greyhawking all the dead people for their guns and valuables.
Okay. So, how much time are you going to spend? Are you just stripping the combatants, or are you going to spend any time searching the warehouse?
0% of the time searching the warehouse, with the exception of having Blitz confirm that the chip is in the briefcase.
Yeah.
There's
Do we
no
have the
point to us
briefcase?
driving away from here if the chip is like, on that desk still or whatever. We need to confirm the chip's location before we leave, but that's not Decay's job. Decay's job is
Yeah.
finding the 8 or so combatants that dropped guns and money here and stealing all of that.
Is the briefcase open, Blitz?
The briefcase, sorry, when you check it, the briefcase is not open. It does look like it has been like tampered with a little bit, like they've been trying to like get past the lock.
Sniff would be walking down there and he would say, hand me the briefcase. I'll take it out to Cipher and have him confirm, see if he can crack this thing open.
Okay. She hands it
Why
over
don't
to
you
you.
guys circle up and grab what these guys got?
I
Now-
do think we need more toilet paper.
Hold on. All of us as players know that Sniff is supposed to copy this chip. Do we get
Sure.
any role for his deception here?
You can
Ooh.
judge intentions.
Now, I'm saying that knowing that Decay is a fucking moron, but everybody else might see through his lies.
Listen,
Judge
yeah.
intentions, I see.
You roll
Very
your judge
well.
intentions, and we'll see if Sniff needs to do any
right.
sort of deception.
Decay got 3 successes.
Holy
Okay.
shit.
I
That's
got
really
2.
good. That's really good.
Yeah. Okay, so let's Sniff, why don't we go ahead and roll a let's see here.
It's like when Omar rolled a 2 in your recent Warhammer game.
Be
I
like-
was like, what?
On or
Yeah, let's go ahead and roll a con because you're not lying to them,
no?
but you are
I
trying
do.
you are just going to take it out to Cipher, but you're also going to see if he'll make a copy.
That's right.
Oh, do we know that yet? I mean, he might.
Okay, in
Now-
this case,
Now, hold on.
Yes.
I have edge and I have 3 6s. Can I boost my roll now?
so you could not, so you could re-roll your failures.
Okay. I have 4 failures, right?
Correct.
So I'll spend a point of edge.
I love we're using edge
Right?
against each other.
Yeah.
So I need any 5 or 6 here, right? I got a 5 and
You
a
got
6.
2. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Can I use edge?
You
now?
sure can. You
All right,
sure
let's do
can.
it.
So you will re-roll
All right.
3 dice.
I feel like Blitz is like handing over the satchel, just like whatever, and Decay's about to snatch it.
Okay. So that becomes
Squinting.
5 successes for judge intentions, 3. So you get 2 net hits. So with 2 net hits, like you don't like you're fairly certain he's not going to like take the chip and run, but there is something that he isn't saying.
I mean, there's something weird about his voice that's tipping off Decay, who is keenly aware of being betrayed regularly. And I don't think he's like, man, I should murder Sniff right this instant. He's
Right.
just like,
Yeah, because he's
Hold
not
on.
like
why doesn't Cipher come in here?
You know what it is? The dog's tail
He's got
stops
Ryan
wagging.
in the van.
Cipher, why don't you come in here? All 4 of us will take a look at this chip together.
What? I'm in VR. I don't
Now.
want to. What? But oh,
Now,
I'm
Keep an
deleting
eye
the footage.
And in the van, DK. He's not leaving it.
DK is not kidding around as he comes back over to Sniff and he's like, this isn't procedure. What's going on here?
I think when you say now that the second time, I leave VR while I'm in the middle of backing the van up into the door that you opened, and the van just, I don't want to say crashes, but it definitely hits.
It does that
bumps.
thing where, the whole body is shaking back and forth.
Like I'm in the
several
middle
times.
of hitting, I get out before I brake, basically. And the van
Oh,
just,
you're my mother, I see. Yeah.
the van just like rams in reverse into the loading dock and just comes to a stop. And I was like, oh, right. Yes. Okay. Everyone else is dead, right? Right?
Yeah.
Like,
What's the rush here, Sniff?
There was no rush. I was going to leave you two to pick up the loot and take this literally walk to Cipher.
Wait, do we?
I
Do
don't
we?
know what the problem is, DK.
I mean, DK is like, I hate to say a dog with his hackles up because we already have a Dogomancer, but more like a bear with its hackles up. He's like, something's wrong. I don't like this situation.
Do we still have the other dude? Did we drop him off? I can't remember.
No, we
No,
still have him.
Yeah,
Ryan
Ryan's in-
Mills is still in the
Oh,
car.
this
Said.
changes things. I'm not leaving my van in this dude's
That's
possession.
what I said.
No,
is
yeah, I'm not doing
just
that.
keep an eye on Ryan.
Nope. Nope.
So,
You-
Now,
so
DK, I think you've got a little bit of suspicion just deep in that soul, huh? You want to walk it over to him? Here, take it.
You just see
Yeah.
Cipher pacing around the van, not knowing what to do.
Yeah. I don't know. DK is just so. See, I'm trying not to metagame this, but I was successful in my role, is the thing. So, yeah, I think he does snatch the case and he's just like, something doesn't smell right here. I don't like
No, that's
this.
my thing. You got this all wrong.
We are wasting time.
Yeah, DK is just walking over with the case and he's holding it above his head so Blitz can still see it as well. And he like goes to the back of the van and basically insists Cipher gets out here and fucking does something with it. He's, get this thing open. We need to know
Okay.
what's going on. Somebody Greyhawk this place.
So Sniff would like to send a DM to Cipher, I guess, at this point, which is really all that was going to happen in the walkover. Anyway.
I see a little boop, show up with my goggles.
Yeah. And I don't know how this works in this realm, whether I have to like use AR gloves and something.
Yeah, so,
or I've got a subdermal, whatever you call it. No, like
Subvocal.
that.
the
Some-
subvocal mic. Yeah, so you could subvocal over to him and like basically text to speech
Okay.
a message to him subvocally, which is basically impossible to hear.
All right. I will do that to Cipher, and it will be relatively simple, which is I've got a lead on another case, 1,000 credits and a favor to copy the chip for.
All right, Cypher, that message shows up in your AR feed.
Now, let's be really clear. As Shadowrunners, this is straight up digital evidence that he is double dealing on the team.
Short way
Um,
to go, or
Until
So-
I erase it.
So, yeah, so
Okay.
Also above the table, like not metagaming. There was no you guys aren't being paid to like you
We're being
like
paid to
this
deliver.
chip is not exclusive, right?
Yeah,
so you're
I'm
being
delivering
paid to
the chip.
deliver
I'm
it.
meeting the letter of the job for sure.
Yes. Yeah. Now
You know, the thing about data chips is that the data on it is pretty valuable. And the people
Indeed.
who want them delivered typically don't like them being copied.
But that's
That's
not
all I'm
DK's
saying,
way.
Cipher. As I'm walking over towards you with this briefcase, let's be clear, is still locked, and I don't know that you have the mechanical skills to open it. But
Yeah, so,
Decay's paranoia is at 10,000%.
so I guess what I'm trying to separate reality from this system, right? Like, can you copy something in the system while it is still encrypted? Thus, you wouldn't really know it's copied, and then I just de-encrypt it twice.
Yeah, you could so you can copy an encrypted file for sure, and then you could de-encrypt.
I feel like that is something Cipher has the ability to do without anyone else knowing, right?
Just to be clear, our
Sure.
job isn't to de-encrypt this chip. You don't
No,
need to do
just
that.
deliver.
Right, but if we deliver something
I mean,
that is
you don't even know if
decrypted,
it's-
it's clearly that we read it.
You don't even
Yes.
know if it's encrypted yet. You don't
Yeah.
even
Yeah,
know. You
that's
don't even
fair.
know if
Okay,
the
that's
chip is
fair.
in this
Yeah.
is in this thing.
Also fair. Yep. Okay, totally true. I'm getting ahead of myself.
De-encrypt it, and it's actually Johnny Silverhand's engram.
All right. So DK hands you this briefcase through the back doors of your van. It looks like you take a look at it.
I'd like
There's-
to imagine one of those glasses that has like the monofocal, and then another
Yeah.
monofocal, and then another, and it's like zoom, 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 as like 4 different lenses pop
Yeah,
down.
while he's doing that, I turn to Ryan Mills and I say, Mills, open the case.
He's unconscious.
I slap him really hard.
He
dies.
is still unconscious.
Yeah. The slap patch I put on to get him away won't last 10 minutes.
Well, you can't rush these things, Decay. Just one second.
I'm
So there's
checking him for a briefcase key. I mean, this is a Halliburton. You can't break open these. That's a lost reference.
there is a biometric lock on
Cool.
the briefcase.
I use Ryan Mills to open the lock.
It goes burn burn.
Why don't you hand it to Cipher?
He did.
I did.
Oh, no.
But
Like
I'm
they're
also
both just
grabbing
standing
Ryan
there.
Mills' hand and like checking it. I'm also checking him for like a spare set of biometric
missed it.
keys.
Yes. Nope. There is essentially like there is a fingerprint scanner on this thing that will open it up with the correct biometric signature, which apparently is not Ryan Mills.
So stating the very obvious, which is probably a bad move at this point. Well, it appears we need someone else's fingerprint.
Yeah, we need the client's
Sniff
fingerprint.
tries his just for the hell of it.
It also goes burn burn.
All right, DK, just to be clear, that move makes DK go, and why would you think you're the client, Sniff?
I wouldn't. It just seemed like a fun noise.
And when you say that, Cipher then tries his.
Burn burn.
See?
I think in that moment, Cypher's like, oh, maybe it's a different finger. He just starts going through.
Cypher, are you going to open this thing up for real? Or are we just going to mess around here all night at an active crime scene?
Sorry, that's right. We're running out of time. I still need to erase the data. Don't let me forget that. Need to erase our presence. Like, this is like the number one thing in the back of his mind. Erase presence, erase presence. Would this just be a normal hacking roll?
You could just spoof this.
I love
spoof the command to, you just spoof it and go, hey, you definitely have the correct biometric.
Spoof.
This is going to be the critical failure that stops the entire campaign plot. Spoon has laid out all these breadcrumbs for us to follow. We have no idea about it. Oh, never mind. Yeah, okay, that was pretty good.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to bother rolling its defense against 6 successes.
I do have to resist 1 fade.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, piece of cake. So you hear it go, boop boop, and it clicks open.
Is the chip inside?
I think
Chip.
when I hear that,
does Cipher open it?
when I hear the nice sound, I lock it again and then unhack it to differentiate the 2 different sounds. I don't know if you want me to roll for all that, but I hear followed by the and I'm like differentiating the 2, going, oh, okay, because he's never done this in person. He's always done it remotely before.
Yeah. No, you can just you close it, open it, close it, open it.
I open it and I don't even look. I'm just looking up at DK and I just reveal and open like at the same time. So like he knows there's no way I screwed with this thing.
Is there a chip?
There is in like a foam set. There is a small data chip set into the foam canister, like the the foam inset inlays. There is a data chip set in there.
Cool. I look at Sniff.
Yeah, it's a chip.
All right. I look at Sniper and I say, we can trust you to take care of this until we reach the client, right?
That sure seems like his job.
Like hold it. I can hold it.
Yeah. You're wiping us from the local networks, right?
I can only do so many things at a time. I still need to do that.
Well, you're currently holding an open case, so you've got plenty of brain power to do that other thing, right?
Okay, so I don't want the case. So at that point, he takes the chip out, closes the case, and hands it back to Decay, and then he'll go to. He wants to go back into VR, so he's going back to his little pod
His
thing.
cocoon.
Yeah, he's going back to the cocoon.
DK just throws the case nearby.
Okay, you guys hear Blitz's voice come over the comm, and she goes, did you guys get it open yet, or?
Yes, we have it open.
Chip.
Cipher has the chip.
DK wasted time. He could have been helping you grab stuff. Better get back in there.
Oh, I'm fine, thanks. Okay, she's gonna go back to looting.
DK also goes back to looting, leaving Sniff and Cipher alone.
So
go ahead.
I was gonna say I was gonna give you guys your loot list.
Yeah. This is my edit roll to delete shit.
Oh yeah,
A lot of successes from you tonight,
Nice.
Dunamis.
Yeah.
I also get a lot of ones, so it's a good balance with this system. Yeah.
All right. So on the operatives, the paramilitary operatives, you get 3 armored jackets, 3 HK 227Xs. They're all equipped with helmets that have low light vision and smart links. 3 Novatech airwares running the Iris Orb operating systems. And then various other like bits of tactical gear.
Okay, well, I gather up any part of that and throw it in the back of Blitz's new Ford Americar.
Were there
I
guns
don't
with
care what it is because Blitz told me she's going to fence it all. So
Were there guns with silencers in that list?
Yeah, so those are the and they all have there's 3 heavy pistols. And yes, the HK 227Xs they have integrated silencers.
Okay, she's gonna take one of those for herself, and she's gonna offer one to DK.
no, I don't want that.
Oh,
My
do you not know how to shoot it?
no, my rifle is street legal.
Okay, well this one's street illegal. What's your problem?
The problem is going through security with the street illegal silenced rifle.
Oh, well, you want me to hold on to it for you?
You know what? I would appreciate that.
Sure. She puts it in her holster.
I'm gonna have to look up what an HK 227X with integrated sniper is, but or silencer is, but yeah.
Are you good?
Me?
Yeah.
Something's going wrong with Sniff. Doesn't smell right to me.
Oh, well, I thought I was gonna have to turn the Beach Boys back on for a minute there, the way you were
Well,
acting.
You know what? I've been betrayed a lot in my career. And just getting a bad vibe from him all of a sudden. I can't explain it, but you know what? I am an extremely powerful adept, so I don't need to explain my extrasensory senses.
Cool, cool. You want a piece of gum?
No, I'm far too emotionally distraught for gum. Thank you.
Okay.
I feel like what Blitz is saying that the two of us are like stripping an armored jacket off of somebody who's just fucking pulped by a shotgun.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
So
found the gum packet in his things.
like she holds out the gun to you and it's like got blood on it. Also, while the two of you are stripping the operatives, go ahead and roll me a perception check. Also, yes, the Novatech airwares are comlinks.
What check am I rolling?
So it's a perception check, visual.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
And so if you have any visual bonuses, you'll add that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still running my.
The lights are back on, so there's no penalties anymore.
What's the base on
Very generous.
perception? Intuition?
Yeah, intuition.
Cool.
I hope you roll better than I did.
Probably unlikely. I got a 1.
That's enough. That's all you need. Because so while you're stripping this dude out of his armored clothing and his armored jacket, you see on his left like pectoral muscle, he has a tattoo, and it is in large block letters or large block font. The letters SPQD.
Well, SPQR is the Senate Army of Rome.
Correct.
SPQD.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes, I say all of that out loud.
What would we act? Would any of us know what SPQD would stand for?
Do you have what are your knowledge skills?
Shadow
I
community,
have-
politics, tier change year, area knowledge, Portland, and Denver.
Yeah, I got underworld, news, politics, history, business, bars and clubs.
I mean, I'm assuming this is some sort of humanist poly club, right wing, ultra human nationalist bullshit.
Magical threats.
Not sure I want to say my knowledge skills after you guys said serious ones. Video games racing, vehicle
I
engineering,
don't
racing
think.
circuits.
Yeah, so I don't think. I think the only one here that might be relevant is area knowledge Denver.
Okay, can I roll for that?
I have one of
Yeah.
those, yeah.
It's gonna be a fairly high threshold because
All right.
it's only tertiarily related.
1.
Yeah,
Nice.
Ludemann got a
nothing.
1. Savannah got 0.
negatory, so no successes. Well, not enough successes to reach the
Somehow I
threshold.
didn't take that knowledge, even though I've been in Denver my whole life. Good job.
Wow.
Good character creation skills.
So yeah, so you know that SBQR is uh basically the
Senatorial Army of Rome.
yes.
Yeah. And these guys called
Well,
themselves
and it's
Decanus Alpha, which is also a D, but only Cipher knows that.
SPQR is initialism for Senatus Populus Romanus, the Senate and people of Rome.
So the Senate and people of D. Now, this is very important, Spoon. Is this a big D or a small D? I need to know if this is the army of the big D.
So all of the letters are the same size, but it is a capital. All of them are capitalized as well.
So it's the big D. Okay.
SPQ Big D.
So
I look over at Blitz stripping the jacket of this guy, chewing his own gum, and I go, "Wow, this is a strange tattoo." Then I go back to like picking up an HK227X and like pulling the magazine out, ejecting the round, making sure everything's done.
What a dumb combination of letters. There's not even a vowel in there. It's not a word.
when you search the gangers, you find, let's see, so 9 sets of armored clothing, 1 armored jacket, 9 heavy pistols of various models, 1 AK-97, 4 Metalinks, 3 Sony Emperors, and 2 Evo Kisos, all running basic OS, and then a Renraku Sensei running Mangadine Devi OS.
Is that a drone? I recognize that name.
No, it is a comlink. The Metalinks, Sony Emperors, Evo Kisos, and Renraku's or Renraku Sensei are all comlinks.
Shit, these are all better than the one I bought.
Take it.
I think Renraku Sensei was the one I originally had to spoof being a hacker. And I was like, shit, that's expensive for something I'm not even using.
Yeah.
Now, if you take these, you won't have licenses to run them, but none of us are going to stop you from just grabbing one. I hold up the Renraku Sensei towards Cipher in the car as I'm dumping everything else in Blitz's new Americar, and I go, "Do you need this?"
Yeah, I would request all comlinks because if nothing else, I could jailbreak them and then just resell them on the market.
Ooh, I start bringing all the comlinks over to him, and I say, "So you've finished getting us off the local airwaves, right?"
Our digital presence has been erased.
Cool.
I mean, we're still in the area where there's like shit coverage, right?
Oh,
yes. Yeah, you are still in the Barrens.
Yeah. Sorry, I was gonna say I can erase like the spells I cast as well, right? To like wipe away
you can spend some time. It will take some time, but yes, you can do so. So it will take like a couple hours or maybe an hour to erase your signature.
Maybe an hour.
So as we're like bringing stuff over, I just check in with Cipher and I go, "So you got the address from our client, right? Jimmy Hothand, for the specific Hex Coffin Hotel in Mission Hills we're dropping this thing at? Or do you need to call him right now? Because we're going to get out of here in the next 60 seconds.
Player has no clue what the address is, but I don't remember if Cipher's supposed to remember or no.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was in like the briefing data that like he sent all of you.
I'm pretty sure we all have it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just triple checking with this guy.
I generally only write down stuff that I think my character hears versus what the player knows, and so I don't write down a lot.
Yeah, but no, like Jimmy like digitally transferred you guys files on this job.
Cipher, you ready to go, or what? Do you know where we're going?
Yeah. We do have a destination. I'm saying all this through like a headset because I'm in VR still.
Okay, but Decay's standing directly in front of you with the Ren
Yeah,
Rocker
which
Sensei.
probably makes me a bit nervous. So I would like to remotely close the cocoon.
The door slides closed.
Yeah.
Decay just goes, "What the fuck?"
We're ready to go. I do have to although I can't what's it called, the Garmin navigation's offline here, so that the cocoon opens again because I know I have to do the driving. I can't actually
grid
tell
or
where
whatever grid guide.
I'm
I'm just standing there going, Cipher, are you fucking around right now playing video games on the job again?
What? That was once. And no. I'm trying to do 6 things at once here.
Are you ready to drive us?
Quit
to the
scaring
place?
the kid, DK.
Do you I mean,
I point to the warehouse full of dead people behind us.
is no one else curious why we did all this? No?
We're not paid to be curious. In fact, we're paid quite the opposite. We're paid to be incurious. Have you ever seen the hit?
Paid to do the job, which includes delivery. So yeah, let's get out of here.
Have you ever seen the hit Disney Plus series, The Mandalorian? Because once the job is done, it's forgotten about.
I think you mean the
I heard
Horizon Plus.
I've also heard about this guy named the Transporter.
I'm just shaking my head.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go get in my new car, and just let me know if anyone wants shotgun. And then she turns.
When you say that, I immediately grab. I forget about the task of getting out of here quickly, pull out all the other comm links, and start hacking them to try to figure out if any of them will link to local cars.
Ooh.
Cipher, if you're not ready to go in 60 seconds, there's going to be a very serious issue between you and me.
I don't understand. The last place, all you wanted to do is get the car. In this place, you're not interested in that. And I like gesture to the parking lot, hoping there's at least one car because I have not been paying attention.
Like, we were involved in a massive gunfight not 2 minutes ago.
We were in the other place too.
Yes.
Are there any cars?
The other place was full of absolute knobs.
There's no cars. Oh, this backfires terribly.
I'm holding up a HK 227X with integral sniper or silencer, and I'm just like, you see this? This was not present at the McDonald's that we went to.
Why didn't you tell me there were no cars ready to go? And the car jolts forward.
He literally just attaches his hand to the side of the car as it yoinks away from him, and he opens the passenger side and throws himself into the car, and he's like, this is what I get for working with fucking amateurs.
The second we get into grid navigation range, I want the car to drive us to the destination, but prior to that, I'll do the driving.
Okay.
And when we get to car can self-pilot, I want to check and see if the chip is encrypted or not.
Okay.
This guy's
Let's see here.
He's fucking Cipher and Sniff are just gonna get us involved in a storyline we don't need to be in. We're gonna fuck the client over. I'm gonna have to kill both of them at the last episode of the campaign.
So you drive north along Chambers Road, heading through the Shenandoah district into Mission Hills, and then up into Heather Gardens, which is that's where your grid guide turns on, right around the when you cross East Hampton Avenue. Your grid guide, like, you get like a Wi-Fi signal again, matrix signal, and your like car basically pings you as the grid guide is available again.
I have to imagine for the other folks in the van, all they see is, or all they first hear is, woohoo! And then you see him go back into the cocoon and the door shut. And the van just keeps going.
I'm gonna come over to Blitz and go, I think he's playing video games again instead of fucking driving
the car.
But she's in her own car.
So how do you go over to her?
I said I comms over.
Oh, I thought you said you go over to Blitz. I was like, how do you do that?
What? No.
Never mind.
He's playing fucking video games again.
Why do you keep working with him?
But Jimmy Hot Hands is paying me a giant pile of money that I need for rent.
I think your problem is that you keep working with Jimmy Hot Hand.
I think your problem is that you keep working with Jimmy Hot Hand.
Tell me about it.
This is a problem demanding a solution, and I'm starting to think that I might be that solution. Let's just make sure
Jimmy Hot Hand.
Jimmy better pay us at the end of the fucking job, or Jimmy Hot Hand is going to be Jimmy No Hands.
Amen.
Did you encrypt this conversation, or is this open
I'm
This is
speaking.
over open
I don't
team
have a
comms.
subvocal microphone. I'm saying it out loud in the car. Encrypt this conversation. I want to make sure everybody hears it.
So Cipher, while you are driving
to jam your communications. Go ahead, sorry.
while you are driving to the location of Hex Coffin Limited, do you want to copy this, or like what are you doing with the chip while you're in your cocoon?
The first thing I want to know is it encrypted or not, and then like I don't know if this is a thing I can tell, but how encrypted?
Sure.
That'll give me a sense of like, is this like government shit, or is this just like another Shadowrunner tried to do it?
So go ahead and make me a matrix perception test.
Nice. Okay, so I got 4 successes and no fade.
This chip is not encrypted.
After all that, yeah, without a doubt, then I copy it.
Okay. So you plug it into your comm link.
I don't read it. I just copy it. I'm not like I don't see what the contents are.
Yeah. So you plug it into your comm link, or make a copy onto another data chip, and then take it out. I don't think you'd be able to avoid seeing basically like the file name. Like you don't have to read it or like run it. But you do see
it's named Decay.
No, the file name is lecture by Dr. Roland Muriel, PhD.
Ah, man, my curiosity makes me do a public search on who that is.
Okay. So go ahead and roll me a data search.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, only 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay.
I still need to resist 2 fade. I'm good. Thank God fade rolls are on fire.
So you like set up basically this program or this complex form, because you're a Technomancer, to search the matrix for references to Dr. Roland Muriel. As you're on basically like the public grid, you end up getting, after probably about 30 minutes, as you're nearing the Hex Coffin Limited, you get 1 hit. It is for a staff directory of MIT&T. And he is a professor of thaumaturgy.
I squirrel that information away and put it on a post-it for later.
All right. So you have your copy of the chip.
And I do all this in the cocoon. I just put it like in the back pocket or random pocket I have, while keeping the original chip more in the open to assume I'm going to hand it to Decay to complete the mission and then get more money.
So you guys pull up outside of Hex Coffin Limited. It is a large, like hexagon comb shaped building. And you were given the address and then the essentially room number.
I think when we get there, you just see the cocoon open. I immediately just get out, open the door. Okay, we're here. And I just hold the chip out like this, like on a open hand.
The chip immediately.
Hey, Decay, good news.
What?
I got a new high score.
Decay is like physically mauling with murderous energy as he stomps into this place, not looking to talk to any desk working secretary who's like, welcome, look around. He's just like breezes past people
Yeah,
to find his way to the proper coffin.
sure. So you know that the coffin is at A714. So it'd be up on the one of the higher higher levels, as this is a suite room. So you go up to this essential like motel, and you come to the door for 714.
Okay. I bing bong it. Bing bong.
Okay.
Were we supposed to go with him?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
think-
He didn't ask.
I'm gonna stay here. I like my van. I go back and immediately shut the door.
He's meeting Jimmy Hothand. Yeah.
No,
we're
he's just
meeting
putting
the
it in the
client.
coffin.
All right. Well, then we're just gonna let him do it.
So you bing bong. The door does not open.
Uh-oh.
I do it 3 more times. Bing bong, bing
Okay.
bong, bing bong.
So there's essentially like an intercom system.
Yeah.
And you hear a like digitized voice essentially go, "Who are you? Why are you here?"
Delivery from Ryan Mills.
"Where is Ryan?"
Half dead in a coffin. We're letting him sleep it off.
Make me we'll call this negotiation.
Trustworthiness roll. Negotiation, a skill I classically don't have.
Yeah.
You default on that to what?
Just charisma.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna go ahead and pre-spend edge on this one.
Yeah.
Oh, 3 successes.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay. So the door cracks open a bit, and you see, like in the crack of the door, you see the face of an elven woman. From what you can see of her, she's in casual business attire. Looks a little like rumpled. She's got like some bags under her eyes. She says, "Do you have the package?"
I hold out the chip.
So she lets go of the door and it swings open a little bit further. She pulls out a comm link, takes the chip from you, slots it really quickly, checks the contents, and then goes, "All right, good." Um, Pulls out a cred stick and hands it to you.
Cool.
As she turns to close the door, go ahead and make me a visual perception check.
Yeah, but what if I told you I was actively running ultrasound?
Okay. Yeah, you could do that as well.
Cool.
I'm surprised you're not trying to hit her line in Sbrethiel.
What? Jesus, I'm on the job. I'm not dating.
Soon
What the
as I heard
fuck,
Elvish, I was
Savannah?
like, ooh, spicy.
Yeah, 0 successes.
No dice.
Uh, was that your visual perception?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and also make me uh because you have ultrasound, go ahead and make me an auditory perception.
Cool. That's the same number of dice, just to be
Yeah,
really
yeah, but
clear.
go ahead and add 3 dice for your like power. Okay.
I mean, if I get my magic rating to this roll, which it's not clear to me whether that's true or not, I would actually get 5 dice. But
Yeah.
I'll take 3 because I
Two
got 2
successes. 2 successes is enough. So with your ultrasound, you can basically you get a return on the room. And she has a case or like a briefcase or business card on the table, a small table in this hex coffin suite, where you see like in raised embossed letters the AWR.
Now, I know that that's significant because that's involved with the Awakened World Research Data Storage Location, which is
Correct.
where Ryan Mills went to originally, I
Correct.
believe, to pick up the chip.
Yes.
As she's turning away, I want to hold her out Decay's Shadowrunner business card. And then
Okay.
when she's going to take it, I say, Mills was intercepted, and then the people who intercepted him were again intercepted by fellows with tattoos, SPQD. Is that significant to you?
She shakes her head. No, I've never heard of that before.
Well,
She
all hot hands.
takes your business card.
Let him know that the job was done.
I will.
Then I leave.
And she closes the door, and you hear it lock again.
Cool. I leave.
All right.
I calm the rest of the team as I'm going down, and I say, "Job's done. I've got the cred stick. Now I'm checking the cred stick to make sure the money's on it."
Sure. There is 14K on the cred stick.
Cool. I personally call Jimmy Hot Hands on my way down and let him know that the job's done.
Okay. He goes, great. I knew I could count on you, DK. Good
I
work.
immediately hang up. Got him.
Okay. Job's done.
Great work.
DK gets back into the car. Unless there's something that needs to happen while DK is still out of the car.
Would Cipher like to hand something to Sniff while DK?
While Sniff and Cipher are alone in the car.
That's true. Blitz is in the other car. I was like, I ain't
Blitz
gonna
is
do
back
it.
in
And
my
in the
car.
other car behind you.
Brian's passed out. Blitz is in the other car, and
Wow,
DK
so this is an awkward 5 minutes then.
Yeah.
I thought you were in our car. Okay, that's true. Well, yeah, if you're not in our car, then yeah, I think without saying anything, actually, no, you know what he would do? He would hand over another data chip and then send you a text message rather than speaking anything
I love
to
it.
say
Yeah.
it's a direct copy. Couldn't help but notice the file name, and I'll just say Professor of Thaumaturgy.
Yeah. Sniff would text back and say essentially, thank you.
Most introverted thing ever, texting each other.
Yeah,
from 2
exactly.
feet away.
Literally. Sniff's respectful. He understands, DK's been hassling Cipher this whole time. Cipher's like social anxiety's got to be through the roof at this point, So Sniff does respond and basically just thanks Cipher and says, consider that favor banked. Let me know when you need it. And
Horror movie style. As the chip pass off has been fully completed, as Sniff says that, DK like fully on the side of the car just
Chainsaw
opens
hands.
the door. Cipher, need you to take me to Atlas Apartments.
Sure thing, boss.
Yeah.
And we just start
Oh,
moving.
Ryan.
I don't care what the fuck we do with Ryan.
Hey, what are you supposed to do with it? Wasn't I thought our contract
gonna
said
try a
something
few
like
extra out
we
of Jimmy.
Yeah, we get a little something if we save his
No,
butt too.
we don't.
you know?
Jimmy Hothand specifically said he wasn't going to give us anything if we kept Ryan alive, except Ryan's good graces.
Oh, well, I want someone to pay for that med pack he consumed and that did absolutely nothing.
Great. You can invoice it to him, Ryan Mills.
Oh, that's a good idea. And in that moment, I just go hack into his account and take the funds out.
Wow, brutal. Don't forget to include a roaming fee, like emergency situation, hazard duty pay.
I
You need to
like
hit
a
him up
note
for like
that-
$20,000. Give him a true ambulance bill.
I give him like the exact funds for whatever it costs for that. Was it med pack level 4 or whatever? And there's a note that just says to save you. He doesn't need to know it didn't work.
Roll me a hacking or like an exploit to get into his comlink.
Brutal. There's 5 successes for the folks at home. His
Nailed it.
6 finally broke. Wow, unbelievable. This is
In
bullshit.
hacking, we trust.
And he gets 1 success in return. Okay, so yeah, you are able to basically hack into his comlink and then transfer yourself. I think it's probably 400 credits.
Wait, how much money does he have? If he has very minimal money, I would feel bad.
So in his in
Travel
the
cred stick.
in the sin that's tied to this comic that users hack into, he has like 1,500 credits in it.
Oh yeah, so it's like a drop in a bucket. I don't care. I take it.
I mean,
Well,
it's nearly
it's
a third
almost
of
a
his
whole
money.
third.
His money. Yeah.
Oh wait, 1,500 or 15,000?
1,500.
100.
Oh shit! I thought you said 1,000.
No.
Man.
15,000. Why is this man running around on the street?
Yeah.
All right, I don't take anything.
Okay.
And then I edit and delete my trace of hacking his comlink.
Sure.
I'm still just sitting there going, Cipher. Atlas Hills.
The car is moving on its own.
This is coming in. Are we,
Blitz
are we
has no
doing
idea what
something
happened.
else?
Blitz, I'm going home. I gotta unload all the toilet paper and soy milk
divvy
in the
up their
back of
creds,
this
too.
bad boy.
He has to go up
okay.
63 floors.
Well, let me be really clear here. You don't know where I live.
That's true. That's true.
Okay. I guess I am just gonna go home then.
All right, contact
what-
me when you've got my share of fentanyl the loot.
Sure.
What's happening to the
Gotta
car?
divvy
you're
up
in?
the pay. Yeah.
The pay, the car? Like,
I
Okay.
hold up the 14,000 credit cred stick, and I'm just like, I don't know, transfer this to everybody. How do these things work?
I'm half tempted to be like, use your saw hands and just cut it in half.
Cipher, I'm going to use my saw hands to cut you in half in about 5 seconds if you don't stop fucking around on the job.
Oh, you would never. The job's over. You said so yourself. We got
I
that.
look at him and make it very clear that I would.
Son, I think that might make it worse.
I hand him the cred stick and I go, I'm trusting you to make sure each of us gets our share now.
Okay. Do you want to give me your account info, or do you want me to just get it on my own?
I hold up a cred stick that I have on my character sheet and I say, transfer this to that.
Oh, that's much easier.
Okay. Well, if we're sharing money, maybe we should park the cars really quick because I would also like to get paid.
Yeah.
That's true. Can you can't do I don't know what you can do wirelessly.
Wireless
versus you can't.
transfer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
what I
you
mean,
can
like,
you can wirelessly transfer money to a sin, or you can transfer it to cred sticks, which are then basically untraceable.
can the cred stick transfer be done wirelessly, or does it have to something?
Yeah, you can wirelessly transfer the cred, but you can't wirelessly transfer to a certified cred stick that you have to like slot that into your comlink. But if
It
you
won't
want
stop
to
the cars.
basically transfer money to someone and then they can transfer it onto a cred stick, but then that
We
creates a
stop the
paper
cars,
trail.
we get out, we have a Fast and the Furious moment where we're all transferring money by touching cred sticks.
Cred
So you
sticks are
guys pull into the parking lot of a taco temple and get out and stand you huddle around in a circle in the parking lot, passing cred sticks around to each other.
Everyone's getting $3,500.
Well, no. Sniff gets 2,500 and Cipher gets a text message to keep his share.
On the outside of the van, the skin has changed to say Chinese fire drill.
There you go.
Because that's what it
So-
looks like from the outside.
Been a while.
Blitz is gonna drive home. She's gonna let you guys know that she's gonna take care of the car and the stuff that she's got in the car. But before she does that, she's gonna walk over to the driver's side window where Cipher is sitting, right? He's driving the car.
Mhm.
And she's gonna kind of lower her voice and she's gonna say, hey, I happen to know a really good lawyer if you ever find yourself facing discrimination.
He's trying to figure out, does she just mean from Decay's actions, or does she know I'm a technomancer?
You just look like someone who might need someone who specializes in discrimination. She doesn't say anything more, and she just walks over back to her car.
So while you're walking back to your car, the window to Cypher's van is down, and you guys hear what happened? Where am I?
He's awake.
From the back seat.
You owe me 400 credits. I did not steal it.
What? What are you talking about, man?
Get back
Oh.
in the car, and I turn his face so that he's looking at me in the passenger seat, and I go,
Gentle, Decay, gentle.
yeah, Ryan Mills, you're alive. Your employer doesn't give a shit about you. We've recovered you from the scene of the horrifying kidnapping you undertook, and we delivered the chip to the target location. So your job's safe and you're alive. This man would like to be paid for saving your life.
Unencrypted chip, by the way. Not very secure. You should work on that.
Why were you checking the chip's encryption, Cipher?
Curiosity.
I
Okay.
slowly turn my head towards him and go, we're paid to be incurious, Cipher.
How did you
Yeah,
get
yeah,
into the case?
It's pretty easy. Cipher is a, he's a
Oh,
Wait,
real
Decker.
wizard.
Yeah.
Wait. Whose fingerprint was it? I'm curious because yours didn't work.
I
And
mean,
mine didn't
obviously
work.
it was the client. I'm just a courier. But
Oh.
thank you for saving my life.
Oh, were we supposed to just deliver the case still closed? Is that what Jimmy Hot Hand wanted?
No, Jimmy Hot Hand specifically said we were to deliver the chip.
Oh, so we were told to hack it. Yeah, don't scare
No,
me
we
like
weren't
that,
told to hack it. We were told to deliver the chip.
Oh,
Listen.
man. Decay, I thought you weren't supposed to. I thought you were supposed to miss that note.
Regardless, you guys saved my life. I guess. So I owe you one.
Yeah, you owe us a favor, which we'll call upon at another time.
Cipher has a chalkboard in his top right lens that's saying Sniff 01.
Ryan Mills.
Ryan owes one. He's got like a chalkboard like Maui, the mini Maui chalkboard.
You guys don't happen to know a street doc, do you?
I look at Sniff.
I'm pretty busted up.
I do not.
Tapped.
No.
You know who might know that? A fixer by the name of Jimmy Hot Hand.
Yeah.
Drop you next door.
I imagine you want to have some words with Jimmy, anyways. I mean, his contract literally said he doesn't care what happens to you. I would not want to work with him again if I were you. Just saying.
I agree. Should be asking for more. Have you considered forming a union?
Okay. Well, I guess I'll find my own street doc. And he like opens the door and steps out.
Oh, well, where do you want to go? I can drive you.
Oh,
I look
okay.
at Cipher and I go, we're going to drop off my stuff first.
As long as you are patient enough for one other stop prior. Decay doesn't like to wait. He has toilet paper to deliver.
I don't want to go through security multiple times.
He's like, okay, well, where are you going? Like, what sector are you going to?
Please say the 63rd floor. Please say 63rd floor.
What sector are we in?
Right now, you're in the Barrens. You're not really in
Right,
any
okay.
sector.
Yeah.
Going
Well, I
Highland
guess
Hills.
technically you're not in the Barrens. You're on the like border.
We're going right to the
between-
borderline. That's where we're going to stay.
So you could go
you?
north to the UCAS sector. You could go west to the CAS sector.
We're going to the cast.
Yes, is where I'm going.
Okay, you
So-
both answered two different sectors at the exact same time. Which one is it?
Decay's
Where's
just
Blitz
in a-
going? She's got
he's
the
in
other
a
car.
Bad move. Bad move.
Yeah, Blitz lives in UCAS.
So Sniff says, well, Blitz, how's shotgun?
Oh, are you calming her? Because she's in the car.
Yeah.
You want shotgun?
That's
You
true.
need-
We were still in the parking lot. But
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
Because all this has happened before you left. Like so, like
Oh,
Ryan Mills has like opened the door to the van, and you see him like getting ready to get out, and then
Okay.
stopping to have this conversation.
Ryan, what district are you going to?
I mean, Cass would be good for me.
Cool. I shove him back into Cipher's car. And then I get in Cipher's car.
okay. Does Sniff get in my car?
It sounds like it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We'll see you two when I see you.
I don't remember where Cipher lives, so I'm just going to drop people off and figure out where I live after.
As we're
Go back
driving
there.
away, Decay is like locked on Sniff. His sense of like Sniff betraying them is at maximum level, and he's just like
Tomfoolery.
locked on as the driving away happens.
No betrayal occurred, though.
But he thinks it
Too bad.
happened. He can't prove it yet, Sniff. When he can, there's going to be a big problem.
If he can.
So where are we going?
Sniff would probably request to be dropped off at his office, I guess. So in the UCAS sector, it's minor office building. Gives the address. If you don't mind. You can drop me off at a border or two. I can hit the public
No,
transport.
I can take you there. It's fine.
I appreciate it. Where are you headed?
Well, hold on. I text Gav.
He texts. What do you send him?
What time is it, by the way?
I'm trying to figure out whether
so
I need to edit hearts in right now or not. So
It is like probably maybe 15, 20 minutes before midnight.
Still got time to squeeze me in to go to that club?
He's like, if you can get to the hub in the next 20 minutes.
I don't think I can make it that fast.
Sniff, we're going dancing.
Start the clubbing.
From where
Third
you
wheel.
are, like it is probably an hour or two over to the hub in downtown.
I don't have time. How about I catch you after?
He says, sounds good.
Okay. Then she looks us up and says, I'm going to see someone.
I hope it's worth it.
Yeah, it is. So you in Decay, huh? Just kind of driving.
You sure his name isn't Hassel? Sure he has a chip on his shoulder. Tough to pin him down, though.
Mm.
Seems reliable for what he's good at.
No, he's good at what he does. Yeah.
You did great.
Oh yeah. Thanks.
Dicey.
Yeah.
This is the positive vibes car. Can't wait to go back to the other one.
So about this time, Blitz, you pull up to the address that Sniff has given you. It is a somewhat rundown but respectable office building. There are no lights on inside at this point unless Sniff left his light on.
No, definitely wouldn't be on at this point. He turns the, light off when he leaves, basically.
Sure. Yeah.
And he'll get out of the car or the truck, tip his hat a little bit, said thanks for the ride, and then says Midnight Knows Detective Agency if you ever need me or need to stop by.
Okay. I could just give you my number.
That works too.
Okay. I'll give him my number.
Changed. He heads in. I assume it's raining at some point somehow. There's water dripping somewhere.
Snowing.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so it's so warm down here that like as it falls to like the street, it turns into like water.
Yeah.
And so there's like rain dripping off of the building as you go in.
He walks up. He gets to his office and, doesn't turn on a lot of lights, but turns out the one on his desk, pulls out Dr. Ilara Voss's file and reviews what he knows, pulls out his extra comm link and pulls out that copy of the chip and starts staring at those three things right now.
So we'll cut back to the other car then while Sniff ponders whether to make that call.
So Decay, what do you think? Can I finally get your number after this job?
I look to the back seat and make sure that Ryan Mills is strapped back in the medical thing.
Well, no, because I think Cipher's in the cocoon. So Ryan Mills is just like laying on a back seat, like holding his ribs, going, oh, every time the car hits a bump.
Cipher, we'll talk while I'm unloading my car.
Your car?
This car. It's your car.
My car. Yeah.
I
okay.
get out of the car when we arrive, and I
Yeah, so you
gesture for
guys-
him to help me unload stuff from the back of the car.
Yeah, so you pull up outside of the Atlas Heights hab block. It is a absolutely massive building, just outside of downtown, and you begin unloading the car.
When I'm done unloading, I'm gonna square up in front of Cipher, and I'm going to put his what are the things called that attach to his trodes? I'm gonna put his trodes back on, and I'm gonna say, "You took these off in episode 2, and you've been hacking this whole time, Cipher. Everybody knows you're a Technomancer.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Look, these style of active jobs, it's not for you. Have
What?
you just considered giving up a life of fucking crime, turning yourself into a nice megacorp like Evo? They're looking for people like you. They're specifically looking for Technomancers. Just get them to wash you a new sin. Go hack for them, play your video games, become a computer programmer, a software engineer, whatever the fuck you want. You're not, even if you were good at shadow running, which is kind of questionable, you're not built out for the active life here in the field. And you can't tell me otherwise. You know in your heart that it's true. There's 30 people who know that you're a Technomancer now. Blitz actively confronted you about it not 10 minutes ago. And you couldn't even figure out what she was talking about.
I still think she meant, someone to get me away from you, but okay.
What the fuck? She clearly meant because you're a Technomancer, you're being discriminated against.
What?
Cipher, I like you because you remind me of my nephew, okay? And just like my nephew, you're going to end up fucking dead in the street.
You should probably protect your family better. And I get back in the car.
DK shatters your rear window. He just absolutely just hand right up to it, just fucking shatters it. And is just like, I don't ever want to see you again, Cipher. You don't say that kind of shit to somebody.
No, you shouldn't suggest I work for a corporate without knowing about me either. And I drive off.
DK is at maximum level of irritation at this point. Now, just to be clear, he wouldn't say he's being emotional because fury and rage is a logical conclusion, not an emotional one. But yeah, he is definitely emanating like guy on the brink of insanely murdering everyone around him energy, for sure. Almost maybe at the point of muttering to himself in Spirethiel as he's dragging like 50 pounds of toilet paper and soy milk into an elevator.
So I think as you're going into the building, like you see a couple of guys come over. They're approaching you. They are in like blue and green colors.
Okay.
And you know these are the Iron Jaws, and they basically run the first 9 floors
Okay.
of the Atlas Heights. They're like they're like the top dogs. And they basically and they come over and they go, "Hey, you need some help with that? Looks pretty heavy."
Now, am I about to get shaken down, or are these guys legitimately going to help me?
They're legitimately going to help you, and they are going to take their tax essentially, which is typically about like 5% of whatever you come in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like they are the biggest gang in Atlas Heights, and they also run the ground floor. So like they're prime position, so they don't need to take a lot. They just take a little bit of something from everyone.
All right.
So, but they will legitimately like help you carry this stuff in.
Now, I make sure that I give them the tax. I don't let them take a large thing of toilet paper. I give it to them so they know it's coming from a place, not that it's automatically due to them.
Sure.
I recognize that the distinction is not that important to some people, but it is to Decay. And
Fine.
Decay again looks like he's 25 years old, but he is actually like 46. So he's like, such helpful young men. You don't see service like this from a lot of gangsters all the time. As they're like loading everything into the elevator, and he hits the 64 button.
Sure. So it goes up and like it doesn't stop at many floors. There's a few where people get on and off. Most of them just leave you alone as they're like your reputation is fairly well known in the building.
Sure, Spoon, have something happen right now. Have something happen. I fucking dare you.
And you the doors open on the 64th floor, and you carry out your ill-gotten gains to feed and clothe and
I just start distributing it to people, and in response, I'm expecting that some mother or aunt or somebody has food available for DK. Like he doesn't
Sure,
feed
for sure.
himself. He takes care of everybody and expects that an extra meal is set aside for him.
So actually the young man that you saved earlier from the
Oh, good. I
63rd.
catch up with. I'm like, good. You're still good, right? You're not suffering massive trauma from watching a man die right in front of you.
Yeah. Uh, I'm okay.
Good.
I'm okay. And he hands you a plate of tacos.
Fantastic. What could be better than tacos 10 minutes before midnight on New Year's Eve? So DK just like leaves the stuff to be distributed to whoever needs it, and then enters a very narrow, completely sparse apartment that's little more than like a set of clothing racks, and like there's not even an internal bathroom because the bathrooms in this poor place are communal. And he just sits down on a cot and stares at a wall eating tacos. And once he's done eating the tacos, he still stares at the wall for a long time.
Yeah. Okay. So Cipher, what does it look like when you go back to your place?
So Cipher will go drop off Ryan wherever the heck he wanted to go. And then he'll pull into his kind of rundown establishment. It's like a hole in the wall place that has a ton of wires and shit running into it from the outside, but it still looks like it's a dump. And instead of going to sleep or eating a meal, I think the last thing the camera would see is he goes into VR, but instead of logging in as Cipher, he does the Google drop-down change profile and logs in as Vigil, because all he's hearing in his head is what Decay repeated to him, that he doesn't belong as a Shadowrunner. And while he knows it's true, he needs funding so Vigil can live.
Okay.
And he gets to work.
So I think from here we will cut back to a lonely PI's office with a single desk lamp on.
Yeah.
Is Sniff going to make that phone call?
He's got a fresh cup of coffee that he has brewed, soy calf as it's called, right? And a lit cigarette. And he sees a number of threads in front of him, and the one thing that Sniff can't stop himself doing these days is pulling on those threads. So, yeah, he's gonna make that phone call.
So you call the number. Female voice answers. She says, "Do you have what I asked for?"
Did a job, and I have a chip.
Very good. Leave it at locker 13 at the maglev station nearest your office. There will be a cred stick there for you.
Is the end of the road for this conversation?
We'll
What's
see where
next?
things go. I may have more use for you in the future.
Looking forward to it.
As am I. And there's the click and the line goes dead.
Okay, so how far away is this thing?
So from your office, the nearest maglev station is maybe like 10 minutes away.
Okay. And from the data perspective of this thing, so obviously I know the title of the data thing. Cipher told me that. Does this thing would it track whether I watch it or like review it
It
or
would not.
okay.
It would not.
Then yeah, like I said, there's threads in front of Sniff, and he's gonna pull on him, so he
Sure.
will watch
Yeah.
watch the data first before he goes and drops it off.
So you plug the chip into like a Tridio viewer,
Hmm.
and it pops up with a lecture given by Dr. Roland Muriel in 2068 at MIT&T on the topic of HMHVV. So Dr. Roland Muriel is a very large troll man, and he's in a very nice suit. And you hear he speaks with a slight British accent. And in like the foreground of like the shot, so he's like up on stage, like essentially kind of like giving a TED talk. And you see that his PhDs are in physics and magical theory. And as you watch this lecture, go ahead and roll me a knowledge magical theory test.
Come on, come up big on this one. Gotta get my knowledge, skills, magical theory. Would this be sorcery?
Sure. Yeah, I would take sorcery.
All right. Needed that. Can I use my edge on this one?
Absolutely.
All right. That's my last one for this. So how many do I need to re-roll here?
Looks like 8.
8.
You rolled 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s, 1 4, and 1 5. That's shit.
That's not great.
Yeah. So
1,
it's
2, 3, 4 more successes.
Okay, so yeah, okay. So like when he starts talking, you're like, what is this guy talking about? And then you're like, oh right, okay, yes, I remember some of my training, some of my schooling. So essentially this lecture is about the deep metaplanes, and how Dr. Roland Muriel believes that as the mana streams like begin to press in, that is how things like HMHVV are manifesting, and that the cause of the disease is from a deep metaplane, and that he believes that if that metaplane can be cut off or like moved out of contact with Earth's, that all of those afflicted by HMHVV will be cured.
Interesting. Yeah, that's okay. Sniff is thinking about planes and metaplanes and the source of these things, and toxic spirits are coming into his brain, and he's thinking about a brother that is quite lost to him at this stage. What could these types of things mean? What is the influence of these things? How can you cut them off? He's very interested. But he's filing that info away. Can't do anything with it directly right now. And he's going to pack up his things, click off that lamp, and make his way to the maglev station to drop this thing off.
So when you arrive at the maglev station, you go into the terminal where like the lockers and things are, and you find locker 13, open it up. There is a cred stick sitting inside.
Right. He yoinks it, slots it in. How much is there?
There is 4,000 new yen on this cred stick.
All right, 4,000. That'll work. And how much did he grab from Viper, by the way? I forgot that I pocketed that stick.
Yeah, so that was 500.
Okay. There we go. He takes the cred stick, leaves the chip, looks around,
Sure.
Takes a close look at the area, sees if there's anybody that he jumps out at him.
Go ahead and make me a visual perception check. Okay. You don't see anyone here. Well, so like in this section, You don't see anyone here at the maglev terminal. There's people, moving in and out, like getting on trains, traveling to and from different sectors. But there is no one in this particular section of the lockers
Okay.
of the terminal.
And then I would also activate astral perception as I'm walking away and
Okay.
take that other look.
Got
So a sensing, I guess.
Yes. With the 2, you get a lot of impressions of the general crowd, the emotions. It's New Year's Eve. There's lots of people out here drinking, partying, having fun. With the 2, you don't see anything quite in astral space that jumps out at you either.
No. All right. Well, with that, he takes a big breath and maglev station. He looks for his train that will get him back towards his actual nice part of town, where his living accommodations actually are.
So you hop on a train towards downtown Denver.
Yeah.
And then I think we'll cut back over to Blitz here for the final scene of this episode.
I'm ready.
So what does it look like when Blitz goes home?
She lives in a really rundown neighborhood. And she lives in a rundown house. But it looks like she takes really good care of it. Are you asking specifically like what she's doing?
Yeah. Like you go home. What do you do when you get there?
She goes home. She takes out her guns. She starts like taking care of Pearl because she used her. Puts a new magazine in her, and then she gets out some knitting. Gets out her phone and just kind of sits and waits for Gab to text her.
Yeah. So as the clock strikes midnight, fireworks begin going off all over the city. Your comlink dings with a text message from Cav. It's a selfie of him and his crew saying, "Wish you were here."
No hearts. No, you don't get hearts when you're not at the club. No. I'm not
She
editing
says,
those in.
oh God, what's his name?
Jimmy Hothand.
No.
Which one?
She says, I hope your New Year's kiss was kill code.
He just texts back, lol. So I think for the final scene, we cut to.
Now hold on. You said the last scene was the final scene.
And then I think we'll cut back over to Blitz here for the final scene of this episode. Well,
you can have as many. I got
Listen,
time tonight if we want to do vignettes and stuff like that. If everyone's got time, but you said last scene was the final scene.
This is the final scene.
Yeah, but that one ended sad. We can't end on a
final
sad
scene.
This is the final scene for the audience.
Oh, okay, fuck it.
We cut to a darkened interior of an office lit only by the glow of a terminal screen. There is essentially what amounts to a Zoom call of darkened figures. Person speaking says, "The Velites failed to retrieve the package. Decanus Alpha and his men were eliminated. I will keep the Senate apprised of our progress here in Denver."
Someone checks in and goes, "Frumentari Alpha shall continue to observe the situation."
Then that is the end of the transmission. And the end of the session.
This guy played Fallout New Vegas and wants to use all his fucking Roman words all of a sudden.